I would keep this live stream thing going each week on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Figured that'd be a great way to get a hold of you all, answer any questions that you all might have, and just kind of see where things go. So hope that everything's been good with you all. Let me pull up a screen here to kind of see what questions that you might have going on. Know that I didn't really promote this, so we're probably just going to have a quick session, maybe go about 30 minutes today. But so yeah. All right. Look like we are good to go. So I'll just give things a little bit of a time to start up, like see if it hits anybody that's online. As I said, I didn't really promote this too much to let you all know that I'm going to be here. So we'll see how this go. Let me see. All right. Just going ahead and just putting up just a generic thing there for Super Chat. So if you want to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you found any value in anything that I've produced, any of the videos that I made, it's a great way just to say thank you to me. If you don't see the Super Chat on the next, not live view, but like how it shows up for you later, just you can give me a super thanks also. So there's always an opportunity to help support the channel and help me grow. It's been really exciting the past few weeks. I've been going through some rapid growth in the development of the channel, having a lot of views, having a lot of subscriptions and people subscribing to the channel, having people just wanting to know, I guess, about digital nomad life, maybe wanting to get outside of the US and figure out how to do that. So if you are looking for questions to any of these things about how to live life outside of the United States, what expat life looks like, what it looks like to immigrate to another country, what it's like to live as a digital nomad, how to work as a remote worker, just drop your questions in the chat and let me know what it is that you would like to know about things abroad. So, still have the Chiefs hat on. The past few weeks with the Lions, I've been talking about the Chiefs a little bit to have as an icebreaker, I guess. Some of the people that are friends of mine have made mention of it, of Go Chiefs. So I figure, it's a fun way to just discuss things. Super Bowl, it was not pretty if you watched it. I watched it here. And the thing with living life as a digital nomad, there's one thing that's a major issue and some things that become an obstacle for people. It's kind of centered around the Super Bowl. So like if you are a huge football fan and you want to watch these games live, like for the Super Bowl, the game didn't start until 11:30 at night. And I think it ended at 3:30 in the morning. It's all fun. It's fun to like be able to do a late night. But like if you're accustomed to watching the game at 6:30, 7:30, whatever, and then it's 4 hours later, it's a little bit of getting accustomed to. And the same thing with working. So like as a remote worker living abroad, there's time zones that are different. So like when you wake up in the morning and maybe it's 8 o'clock, people are still asleep because it's only 3 o'clock in the morning for them. So that can be a blessing and a curse, I guess. So one thing that you can do to kind of get onto their time schedule is to run the errands that you need to run in the morning. So you have 4 hours, 5 hours before they get up. So you could run to the grocery store or run to the Mercado for me and get fresh fruits, get fresh veggies, and just really start getting your day. Then when you come back, then you can have these conversations that you have with your coworkers or clients that are in the United States and work with them on their schedule. So it's just one of those things, having those time differences there. But yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop some questions in here for me. Always am willing to help out somebody else that might have a question. There's no real stupid questions. It's just, we all have to start somewhere, and something that might be stupid, you might think is stupid to you, might be really important for somebody else to hear. And it might be a question that they have. It might be something that might be even obvious to you. So yeah, just drop any questions that you have, and I'd be happy to answer anything. So yeah, so working as a digital nomad can be challenging because of the time zone differences, and being able to balance work life type stuff. So learning how to manage your time wisely is really important. So if you don't have time budgeting skills in your pocket before moving abroad, it's something that you definitely need to work on, just to better understand what needs to be done and how to work around people's schedules and be able to ultimately get projects done for the people that you're working with. And for me, like, it's not just that I have my own clients. I'm producing videos like this. I'm also writing articles and such. So it's like there's certain things that I have to budget my time throughout the week. So I really have to do a lot of writing. That was one of the things that I did not really do beforehand, before living abroad. So really coming out and understanding, okay, this is what I'm going to do this day. This is what I got to do this day. So like Mondays, I'd like to sit down with other people that are digital nomads, kind of go into a co-working space and discuss like what our plans are, and having an understanding of what our weeks look like is a good way to keep ourselves organized. So, I might have something that I have to do in Lisbon. So I have that planned out. Okay, so like I write out like on Thursday I'm going to Lisbon and I'm doing this, and I'm making a video, and then I'm also talking to clients in Lisbon about whatever projects that they need, and then kind of working from there. But then since I know that I'm doing this thing on a specific day, then like, on Tuesday, it's like, I know that I need to write this article. Like I need to write like 5 articles a week. So like I kind of look at those and break things down into smaller projects in order to get certain benchmarks for things throughout the week. And like for videos, I have a video that comes out every Sunday. So I'd have to have the video done and produced by Saturday. So for the people that are my members that have the paid membership, I give them a little extra day there that they get to watch it before anybody else. So it's a little perk that that I give out there. Also, with the membership, they can do things like give me suggestions and for future content that I can produce for later on. For that's a little bit more towards them and their needs, and also it's a little bit more of a one-on-one conversation that we can have together in the membership section. So yeah, so like basically throughout the week, I'm putting together, like writing a script, making a thumbnail for this video that goes out on Sunday, and then doing the recording and everything. So kind of go through that whole process throughout the week. So that's kind of the things that I look at for planning and organizing my time. And that life happens, so people have birthdays. So you also have, okay, my client needs to have something done, and we need to discuss things on in between now and the end of the week. So, but I know that I have a friend's birthday and we're having a celebration, having a dinner at, like, say 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. So I know that, like, 7 to like 11 o'clock, I'm not going to be available to work. So it's just organizing the times that also that's kind of my fun time, my downtime, organizing what I'm supposed to do, because that helps me budget the time that I'm having to work too. So like knowing what is going on, and yeah, so that's kind of where things are. And the thing about life is it turns on a dime, and some of these things may not just go as planned. So it's being able to be flexible and getting the job done, and helping friends out, because emergencies happen and people need help. So being there for other expats and immigrants is another thing that's necessary. So I like being supportive of other people. I believe that it's something that helps communities grow and become strong. And it's a thing that it's pretty cool. Going back into budgeting and building communities and such, that's important for me is learning a new language. So I also had to budget time to learn a new language, to learn Portuguese, or at least to become more fluent or better versed in the language. So I'd really have to spend time conversing with other Portuguese. I write my friends that are Portuguese in Portuguese, and I read what they say. So like I'm picking up some new words and phrases and making mistakes and being corrected and things. So that's a more active role in learning the language, is participating with others in the language. It's not so much a school type of a thing, a school setting. It's like real life. So going out and playing football with friends also, I get to hear the language, which, like, the language is very different than us Anglophiles have. So there's vowels. It's not just A-E-I-O-U. There's the same vowels in Portuguese, but they are pronounced very differently. Like there's a total of 9 pronunciations of vowels, and knowing when to have the vowels open, close, medium, and everything. The words can mean something completely different. So some of the stuff can be kind of embarrassing, making mistakes speaking, but just not taking ourselves so seriously is a good way to really improve our language skills. So yeah, so being able to discuss things with a pharmacist, say, or a doctor in Portuguese, it's not easy. It's still one of my biggest pitfalls, but it also, trying to communicate with these professionals in Portuguese is a great way to learn the language. So I attempt to speak everything in Portuguese with these individuals, and if I'm not understanding, I just ask, can you explain it to me in English? So more times than not, I'm progressing a little bit further, and that's all you can do. And we all learn at different rates. So if you are living abroad and having a hard time learning Portuguese or a different language, just keep on trying. It's pretty much all you can do. I mean, if you're at least making an attempt and pushing yourself a little bit further than where you were previously, you'll get a little bit further. It just learning the language can be funny. Sometimes I stumble across words and I'm like, I know these words, I know the phrase that I want to speak, but none of it is coming to me. It says I completely blank on stuff. I'm like, this is like the most basic understanding. It's like, I speak Portuguese. Eu falo português. I don't, like just saying something like that. It's like, oh, I don't know how to, oh, I've said that 1,000 times. But yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking there. Language. So yeah, so like if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments section or in the chat. If I don't see anything in the chat and you're rewatching this later on after I've ended the chat or the live, just go ahead and put it in the comment section and I'll answer anything that you have. One of the things that I've done video-wise that's kind of taken off was my Why Are Americans Fleeing the U.S. video. I guess some people decided to take issue with that because I don't know. I don't know why they took issue with it, but maybe they're afraid to leave the United States, maybe afraid to see what else is out there, maybe afraid that they might find something better. Living abroad over the past few years has been pretty great. I felt safe. This is the safest place that I've ever lived in my life. And having a level of safety allows me the freedom to think clearer and be able to go through rightful action. And by that is really practicing the art of kindness and being kind to others. And it's those things are crucial if we want the world to be a better place. We need to extend kindness to others and be generous. So those are the things that are kind of on my mind. Getting a little thirsty here, talking. So, thinking about doing some walks. I don't know if I discussed this in the previous live or not. I was thinking about doing some long walks. If you've been following me for a while, you might have seen the videos I did on the Camino de Santiago, where I walked from Porto to Compostela, Spain. And that was like I think a 10-day walk. But I was looking at maybe doing a 5-day walk down in the Alentejo here in the maybe next couple weeks. I'm trying to get some of my stuff organized in order to go do a trip like that. I was kind of wanting to do that already, but life happens. But anyway, trying to get to do that. I was wanting to do that. I was thinking also maybe walk to Fatima. So maybe when I do these walks, I'll probably do quite a bit of recording in these areas in order to produce content for you all. It should be pretty fun. It's still in the process. I'm still in the process of doing residency, like the residency renewal. I've been here for almost 3 years. There's been some issues with IMA. I've had some email correspondence, and they said that they have me on a list and they'll get me an appointment as soon as one opens up. So that should be interesting. So hopefully that happens sooner than later. I also, what is it? Oh, talking about doing another Camino instead of doing the Portuguese Camino. I'm thinking about maybe doing part of the Camino Francés in the fall. Be kind of neat to see all the harvesting that goes on throughout Spain during the fall months. So that's a process. So once I get everything sorted out with residency, I can do something like that and help. I can really think about planning that trip. And the other thing is, I'm setting goals for myself. I've got some rapid growth with the channel, and looking at once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I would like to take a train from here in Coimbra up to Spain, and then across Spain up into France, then into Milan. And once I hit like that 1,000 subscribers, I want to do this. So like, if you would like to see something like this, share my videos with other people. It will help me grow and be able to do this. So I'm hoping that within the next 6 months that I'll be able to do a trip like this. So once that happens, be a fun thing to do. It'd be a nice little adventure. It's not something that you really get to do in the United States. I mean, yeah, you can jump on an Amtrak, and there's different places that you can go along the coast. But like, you have to like kind of go into the interior and go into big cities that are, really ancient. It'd be kind of cool. And, the way that I'm one to plan it is to not really have a whole lot of plan, just of, okay, I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna stop at this location on the tracks, and I'll have a hotel here, stop here, explore that town, record the videos of going there. Might not know where I'm going the next day, but take you along with me. How exciting would this be? Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts with that, with the goals. So with the channel, just looking to, progressively increase the channel's growth. So hopefully by the end of the year, I've got like around 1,600 subs and starting to make quite a bit of money, or make a little bit of money at least. And money's not the whole thing. Really, I just want to provide you all with an authentic experience of what it's like living abroad as a digital nomad, and discuss these things that I learn along the way. I mean, that's kind of what it's all about anyway, is just to learn and to share. Being generous with my time and giving a little bit of myself to you all is a great way to give back, and I'm glad that I'm able to do something simple like this for you all. But yeah, it looks like there's just a few of you listening, watching, and but I haven't really seen any of the any questions in the comments section. Let me just maybe just put something in there. I'll probably just go on for like another 5 minutes or so. See if there are any other scragglers. All right. Okay. So yeah, so that's just a little bit about what it's like to live as a digital nomad. Also, I don't know if some of y'all remember this. This is a little dragon for anybody that is Taoist. Happy New Year. I know it's not the year of the dragon, but yeah. So like I bought two of these when my daughter was born. She's the year of the dragon. I'm the year of the dragon. So yeah. So this is the one that whenever we were on a road trip, I would throw that into her car seat with her. She'd play with it, and yeah, so she gave us a lot of love and everything through our travels of going on through this great state of Kentucky. But yeah, so it's just a little thing that reminds me of my daughter that I love to have around. So just one of those things that has me think about her. She still lives in the United States. I live here. So the thing is if you have family and they live abroad, it can be difficult. We miss each other greatly, and she understands my decision to move abroad, and she understood that this wasn't just a willy-nilly thing that I decided to do. Is something that I spent decades researching and where to go and what would be the best for me. And some of the solutions that I was coming up with ended up becoming failures. And ultimately, I ended up where I'm supposed to be. So living here in Portugal has been fantastic. It's been a great stop for me to find a place to call home. And yeah, I've absolutely loved it here. I've gotten to explore, Central America, South America, and everything, and thinking that those areas would be the easiest. I mean, and the thing is like no matter where you decide to live abroad, there's going to be pros and cons. I live like 12, 13-hour flight away from my daughter. Whereas like if I was living in Mexico, it's like a 4-hour flight. It's something that's much more easy to do. So where might feel safer here, I wouldn't feel as safe in parts of Mexico. That safety and security is a huge thing. So if you are looking to live abroad, my suggestion is to put a top 10 list together and see what is the top 10. Maybe 10 is too much. Just go with 5. What's your top 5 things that you must have living abroad? What are the 5 most important things that you want? And then compare and contrast them from different places throughout the world. And then you'll find out where you're supposed to be. It's so it's one of the things that I did even in my research here in Portugal. Where do I want to be in Portugal? So like I was researching how green areas were, is the water clean, access to health care, how walkable are these areas? Because I wanted to change my lifestyle to where I'm more healthy in a physical aspect and more healthy in a mental aspect and more healthy on a spiritual aspect. So those are the things that were important for me was what were going to enhance my life in the best ways possible. Uh, you know, some people say that like when you're leaving the United States, that you're running away from something. For me, it wasn't about what I was running away from, as much as maybe running towards, embracing. Embracing like a lifestyle that facilitates the way that I want to live life, what my hopes and dreams are, and what other people, surrounding myself with other people that want to live life like I want to live life. And maybe opening my mind to new ideas. Like, because like if they're living a lifestyle that's different than I'm accustomed to, I might think that I know what I want to, how I want to live, but I don't know how to do it. Whereas the people that are living this lifestyle are doing it. So it's important for me to listen to the people that are actually doing this thing. So yeah, keeping an open mind, listening, talking, not being afraid to make mistakes. It's all the processes that a person living abroad has, and really that's kind of what life is listening to others, responding, making mistakes, and hopefully making some friends along the way. I have some great friends. If they're here, they're great friends. If they're people that are not here, they're still great friends. So I've heard stuff of like people that live abroad don't have family and they don't have friends, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And the thing is, if you haven't had somebody tell you today that they love you, please know that I love you and I care about what's going on in your life. I think that it's important for you to have somebody care. And I had somebody care for me when I thought that I was unlovable. So if I can give back like they gave back to me, it's what makes this thing work. But yeah, so I think that that's a good place to leave things, with some love, with some kindness, and a little bit of generosity. So if you got anything from this today, you don't have to like give me a super chat. Just be kind to somebody. Help somebody out that like needs help. Go out there and pay it forward. Go be somebody else's rock. Life's too short, and we need strong people to help each other out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It was great talking to you tonight. This live chat was fantastic, and I'll go ahead and do another live chat next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Or wait, sorry, 9. That's 9 p.m. my time. It'll be 4 p.m. Eastern in the United States. So that'll be a nice little way to continue to move on with these and hopefully build some momentum with these live chats and get more people interacting. My dream is that people will continue to come into these live chats. They start interacting with each other, and there's like starts to be these friendships that form. Maybe it's something that never develops, but it's a hope and dream that I have for this channel, because that would be really fun for you all. Just start having friends. Maybe you all start talking to each other, and you have a new travel buddy. You want to go exploring. It's like, oh, I live in this place. Well, I always wanted to explore that place. So just it'd be great to like be able to share our experiences with each other. So love y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Atypical.